Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your work in. So it seems like kind of everyone does model, but you two specifically work in studio as well. I mean, everyone has an
it's
OF,
a lot different.
but yeah. So talk a little bit about like the difference. Like only like people can make content on their own. It could be studio as well, but really, what is studio?
Studio is more so where you're not making money off the content. They just pay you like a day rate to show up
for the day.
And they own the content, so you can't put it on your own.
You don't get to choose, you know, who you're filming with or the set or the script or anything like that. Like
your wardrobe, like it's
oh, really?
all
So
up
they're
to
matching
them.
too. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
they come up with the concept. They'll send you the script, and then you can be like, yes, I want to shoot this. Obviously, you can turn down. It all comes down to consent, but like.
So if you like get the concept, you get the idea, and you're like, "Oh, this is awesome," but then you see the guy or girl, and you're like, "Oh no," you can deny then, or
for us, because we're transgender, I feel like they're more likely to drop a male performer because they can just get another one.
The guys, it's literally like if one can't come that day, they have another one that they can just call. But with the girls, it's especially trans girls, it's a little more like specific, I guess. It's a smaller pool.
And if you were to like, let's say you start getting a bunch of offers and then you say no, then like, are they going to kind of like take note of that too? And like, they're not going to like hire you again if you say no to everyone, but.
I do think it is sort of like that. For me, I try to be very easy to work with.
Me too.
I say yes to everything, everyone.
Same.
Well, you've been so successful so far too.
Thank you so much.
You recently won an award. It's called the AVN Best Trans Newcomer 2023.
Right.
So AVN is kind of like it's agency or an organization called Adult Video News.
It's kind of a news company.
It's like it's pretty much the biggest like award show for the adult community. They do like a convention right before the award show. And it's definitely more mainstream than a lot of the smaller ones.
I believe they just started including trans categories though.
Yeah,
because there's a whole specific trans award show as well called the TEAs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think this was the first year AVN or
no. It was the second year they've had that category. They've had before it was just best trans performer of the year.
They just had the one.
Yeah, just the one.
They're growing. It's good.
But, so now there's a newcomer, and I see. Okay, so there's like, and how many other like girls were in that category with you?
Ooh, I want to say a good. I think 10 others were nominated.
Oh, so you beat them through. Like, okay. Rising to the top.
Yeah,
How did it feel like doing the red carpet and everything too? Was it fun?
I felt famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like being asked questions. They do like interviews and stuff. And like
I saw you on my TikTok when I was healing. I couldn't make it. I wanted to be there to support her, but I had prior engagements, so it didn't work out.
But it was awesome. Like it's literally, it felt like the Grammys of much. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's sweet. So, and you know, being trans in is obviously different than like classic. Like you just said, this like category is relatively new. It's like you're finally getting recognized in this industry. So let's talk a little bit about how like is different as a trans woman, because obviously people are at different points of their transition. There's different things that people are into.
For
so
sure.
you guys may have heard like the phrase like top or bottom, like, you know, in the gay world or trans, every world, honestly. I mean, usually like the woman's the bottom, top, and, or like, you know, it depends on what you're into. So when you do, like, is there a specific, like, do you like to get do you like to like, what is your preference?
So I would say in my personal life, I'm a bottom for sure. Like that's
like
how
with your like boyfriends and
with my
intimacy,
boyfriend, or you know,
when the camera's not rolling. But
I'm a switch on camera though.
Yeah, when the camera's rolling, I'll do anything. I'll do double. I'll like,
we just did double this
I
week.
did.
Wait, so like when you mean double, like you're hooking up with a cis woman?
Yeah.
Same like you know, in my real life, I would only want a man, but like for like it's less about like this is gonna be so hot. It's literally like playing basketball with somebody. Like you know, you want to kind of have the variety. Guys love seeing a girl get traded by like a trans woman because it's like they don't have to look at a man. They get to see like all this like femininity, but they still get the, you know, the action, I guess. Yeah.
And it does go back to like being easy to work with. Like
exactly.
studios, especially if you're not doing the scenes with the cis girls, I feel like you're not going to get as work. You're not going to get as noticed.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
you say yes to everything, you're going to blow up a lot better.
It
So
would
there's
take
some
a lot for
trans
me to say
girls
no,
that
I
like
think.
won't touch a cis woman like that you know in the industry, or is everyone pretty fluid?
I think most of the girls,
The bigger names will.
Yeah.
yeah.
but
And that's
a
why
lot
they're
of
the bigger
girls,
names,
like,
right?
you know, a lot of girls won't even do stuff with other trans girls. Meanwhile, like that is my best-selling content. Like when there's, that's
for
why we
sure.
film together. I film with her more than anybody else,
Yeah,
and I think vice
same.
versa. Like we're like the trans destroyers, kind of.
Yeah. And so
we love
like,
them. They're cool.
Like, you are obviously like best friends. You're super close, and there's nothing like some people maybe think it's like weird to like actually hook up with like their best friend, but like I guess in your mind it's not like necessarily like a super intimate thing,
Yeah,
right?
no,
I guess
no.
it's more
Camera stops rolling and we're
transactional.
like talk about like.
It's more so for me like acting. Like
Yeah.
an alter ego comes on and it's like, okay, I'm a lesbian now.
This is the smallest part of it for me. Why I love my job. It's like I love like doing different look. Like yesterday we did body painting. We still have these fake tattoos down here. We got like tatted up, and it's like coming up with a concept and like you're having sex, but it's like
You're also an actress.
yeah,
You're
getting
playing
to
dress
look
up
pretty.
too,
Yeah,
like cosplay and stuff.
for sure.
Some people struggle to like top in general or to and Brittney has shared with me before that there's a way that some people will like enhance their abilities because like I mean obviously being trans women like you like are beautiful, like it takes a lot to
you.
get to this point. You have to take hormones, you have to do and we'll get into that, but like to even get off there's methods to like inject your with like what do you inject yourself like
Trimax.
It's called Trimax. And
how much do you have to do of it, like a whole syringe or like
not even. It's like the smallest little.
It just takes a little bit.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but-
it doesn't work for me.
you didn't have a great reaction when you did
No,
it, right?
I'm very lucky where I'm able to get hard, like, and still produce, you know,
yeah
my baby gravy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But a lot of girls
you do take Viagra.
I do
Viagra.
take
I'm still
Viagra.
using
If
it right
I'm
now.
filming with girls, like,
well I think a lot
I
of
do
people
take
just in
Viagra.
general just do
yeah, I feel like you need a little
Well,
enhancing.
I
Some
mean, I feel like a lot of the performers that we work with. Okay, so a lot of the straight male performers will not shoot with the trans girls.
Yeah.
So they're always putting us with the gay performers. Gay guys don't.
They don't want us.
Oh.
That's a huge
you know?
misconception to people who don't know trans girls. Like they think it's gay guys who want us, but you know, I would identify as gay, and
Yeah,
you
no,
want
I'm
a
not,
man.
like,
You don't
attracted
want
to
boobs.
women at all. Like,
yeah, it's
so-
not just about what's down there. It's like
So-
the whole painting. You know,
When we're shooting with them too, and they want like you to be hard for the
Yeah.
scene and everything. So they'll inject Trimax, and it's like
So is that how you kind of got put onto it? Like seeing other people using it in the industry and you're like, oh, what's this? And then like you kind
it
of
gets
get,
passed around like candy.
it.
on
Yeah,
set.
honestly,
how big's the
Viagra.
needle? Like, does it, like, 'cause I just like, oh,
It's
it
an-
makes me tingle thinking
it's a
about like
baby needle.
injecting.
like insulin needle. It's very
Yeah.
thin,
Okay.
small.
I'm a baby. Last time I had her inject me,
She
I
screamed.
screamed and I hit her and I said, I'm never doing this again. Like never. I will rather just like take 100 mils of Viagra and like be seeing
yeah.
blurry. Like
Yeah. Do you know if any of those things have like effects? Like, I mean, do you take it like
Yeah.
often, like almost every day, or like I guess every day you're working, right?
Well, I have done it back to back to back, and I feel like that really f***s with my body.
In what ways? Like your heart, or like just down there?
down there.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
or I'm not sure.
Does it just get it like working and it can't stop? Like,
There is definitely like after the scene, you still kind of have a and you're just kind of waiting for it to
Yeah.
go away.
yeah.
Because it does last an hour sometimes too.
Wow.
But the worst part is, at least for me, because I'm not a lesbian, like I'm not attracted to
Yeah.
pussy at all.
Yeah.
So I have to do it for those scenes. And I've noticed even in my personal life, like it can be harder for me to like maintain an erection, even though I do want to like be intimate with my partner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's just like, I feel like, I mean, every job, every like life choice has some psychological, you know, like repercussions. And I think
definitely.
maybe this ultimately it probably messes with your sense of
Yeah.
intimacy, and also even like having those bodily things you can't control. I feel like because I guess when you're like topping and stuff, you're kind of like mentally not like in that zone, but your body's in it, right?
Yeah, and you know, taking Trimax over time too. Like I worked with a male performer who he was doing like gay for pay for years, right? And so he was taking it every time he was f***ing, and now he needs it even just like with his, you know, girlfriend or
ruin
wife or something like that.
Yeah.
Your forever. Like
definitely.
you won't be able to get hard. Like I've kind of been more lax on it. Like I don't inject as much as I used to because I noticed the side effects.
It's like a last resort, I think. That's how it should be treated. Like it gets I think, you know, you'll see guys in one shoot. If they were shooting the day before, their body's tired, they'll shoot twice in a shoot. And it's like it just looks so uncomfortable to me. Like, and then they have this like, it's like a semi sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just
it gets
so
hard
exhausted.
In certain, like
Oh,
spots.
spots of the
like
wow.
fake,
So it's not like the entire,
it can like bend and stuff.
It's like forcing your body. Yeah, it's not like.
And does your heart go kind of up too because it's like a blood rush or no? It doesn't
I know
really
with
mess
Viagra, yeah.
If you
but
sure
not
you're gonna
mix
have a
it with
heart attack,
drinking
girl.
too, which we can never do on a professional set, but sometimes, you know, when you're filming, like you're drinking and Viagra and alcohol, it's like you're seeing a blue line on everything. It's a lot and like shaking and stuff. Yeah.